Hey y'all, it's Brian over Voodoo Forge, and this is kind of exciting to me anyway. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you remember I built a vise stand and just put a really entry-level Harbor Freight vise on it, but the vise stand was real solid, and the plan was I was going to get a much higher quality vise, and when I did, I would have the vise stand built. Well, I ended up being given a brand new Craftsman 6-inch vise, which lasted less than a month and a half, somewhere between a month and a half, and was a major letdown. It broke and Sears wouldn't stand behind it. So anyway, I'll link all these videos. But I had a customer who wanted to ask me, we were in another customer's shop and there was a big vise, and we talked about that vise for a minute. He said, would you be interested in a big vise like that? And I said, yeah, always looking for a vise. And so we decided we'd swap some work for this vise he had. He sent me a picture. It was a Wilton 400. So I was pretty stoked about that. But it came from the old Colonial Bakery on 8th Avenue in Nashville. And anyway, I did the work and got it and toted it out and cleaned it up, and that's what I'm going to show you. I was going to do a really detailed restoration video on this, but the day that I got it, I took a picture and I put it on a Vise group on Facebook that I'm a member of, and I noticed that down below there was a video on restoring part 3 of restoring Wilton Vise, and it was by a guy named Ray Caniglia. I'm so sorry, I can't pronounce it. If it's not Scotch Irish, I'm not going to be able to pronounce your name. I'm sorry, it's my fault. It's not your name's fault. But anyway, I'm going to link his 3 videos because his videos were so detailed, and he did so much work on his vise that it's totally not necessary for me to document what I did because he did it all. I mean, he machined parts. He did just an amazing job. So I'm going to link his videos down in the description too, so check it out. And Ray, if you see this, I'm sorry for butchering your name. I'm a terrible person. But anyway, let me show you what I did do on this thing, and let's do that. Here it is, my new Wilton 400. Well, new to me. Everything works on it, but I want to clean it up. So right now I'm not going to do everything, but I will pull out the easy parts and lubricate everything else. That's got plenty of lubrication in it. I think this might have been left outside. It's got some water in it, but I don't think I'm going to have to take it completely down. I have no intention of taking it completely down anyway, but I do like to take things down enough to clean them good, make sure everything works and is lubricated, and paint the entire thing. So that is what I'm gonna do with this one. Okay, so I didn't wait till morning. I just kind of decided to check and get a Allen ready to go on this, and man, these Allens came right out. These jaws are, I mean, they're worn, but there's still plenty of life in them. It's a heavy jaw. Like that pin in there, center everything. If you don't have a set of dental picks, they are great for this kind of thing, and they are a tool that you can go cheap with and not injury. You know, I mean, they don't have to be quality. They don't have to be really, you know, you can get by with the Harbor Freight dental pick set and be none the worse for the wear. Now, let's see if our swivel base will fit on our vise stand. No, it won't. Why would it? The legacy of that stupid Craftsman vise continues. Alright, so I'm going to cut these off, grind this down, center punch. For these, I could do bolts. It looks like 2 of the 4, but I think I will get some all thread and weld it in, drill a hole and weld it in and do it that way. I ended up going with some grade 5 half-inch bolts and cutting the heads off because it was way cheaper than getting all thread. So now I'm going to tack them in position and then fill in around them. And there we have it. Okay, now I have degreased and wire wheeled this thing. Whew. And it is clean. It had way more funk on it than I thought it did. More of the original finish is on here than I thought. It's not going back that color, but it's neat that so much was on there under all that gunk. There was, normally I just wire brush things, but I mean I really had to get after this with degreaser and brake pad cleaner, and it's all kinds of carcinogenics flying around in here today. So, but she's clean. I'm gonna do a little grinding here and there. I didn't figure you needed to see a video of me cursing and wire wheeling and stuff, but just so you know what I used this, I used this, I used these, I used a cup brush on an angle grinder, and 3 different bench grinders with different wire wheels on them to try and get everything. So I think I'm gonna take a flat disc and kind of smooth out this anvil, because I won't use it as an anvil, and because you shouldn't. So maybe I can try to take a little of that off, but I don't want to get into it too deep. Okay, so I did a little flap disking on here with an angle grinder with a flap disc in it, and that stuff is so deep that's not going to come out. There's a few little pieces of weld splatter up here. I'm going to flap disc that off, but other than that I don't think there's anything I'm going to do. On another note, the screw cleaned up nicely. I was a little concerned because of the welding spatter up here. Sometimes people put things in a vise and then clamp to the table that the vise is bolted to, and if you get an arc through the screw, it can damage the threads a little and put a little, I don't know, burr in there, and then it starts slowly eating away the other threads. So, but all of that was fine. There's nothing like that. So I guess whoever welded in this didn't have that happen, or always clamped to the workpiece. But this right here will be the only grinding I do, is just take those little bumps off, and that'll be the end of that. So wiped it down with acetone, and now I need to get everything taped off for primer. And get a good coat of primer on it. Okay, got the base primered. Let's get started on the Vise body. Okay, got rod. I'm thoroughly impressed with how well made this vise is. Out of all the vices you've seen me mess with, if you watch any of these videos, this is definitely the Cadillac. I mean, I've seen how and why they have such an excellent reputation, and why the cost is so much. I mean, they're just so well made. Something I want to show you real quick on this piece that locks it from rotating is this. This is probably hot rolled, or anyway, but this is regular steel. It's not cast, and it's knurled on the bottom. I didn't realize I dropped it and almost lost it. So, but that's kind of neat. But if you get one of these and take it apart, watch out for that. Okay, got everything painted, about to put it back together. Just a little bit of white lithium grease on here. Oh, a little stand I made to pull the screws in. Thought I had some white lithium. It wasn't an aerosol, but it didn't. Straightforward. My wife painted the letters for me with the little brush. She's got a little bit more steady hand than I do. I think we have the vise that this anvil or vise stand deserves. I can definitely see this lasting the rest of my life, and then the girls can argue over it. I don't know, Jewel, you think you want this vise one day?
Yeah.
When I'm done using it, what are you going to use it for?
Welding, to hold stuff on a line.
There she is. I am tickled to death with this thing. It is bomb-proof, solid. I think I'm going to get a lot of years use out of this. I really do. And get this vise stand back in action after the last fiasco. I'm tickled with it. All I can do is smile. I'm just so happy with this vise. It's a great addition to the shop. I'm sure you're going to see it in use for years and years and years to come. I'm very happy with it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Tell me about your vices. What you got? What you got going on? You cleaning one up? And if you would like to see more videos like this, and hopefully I'll be getting back to some blacksmithing videos this week, subscribe to the channel. And if you like the video, hit the like button. But anyway, that's all I got. Y'all behave yourselves, and we will see you later.